Welcome back to another sunny morning. Finally, there is no rain in Bristol. Meter overlapping the single ply, and at the end over there, they were already 100mm only overlapping because there was no string line. They were assuming the slope is correct. I think you woke up for the wrong reasons to go to work. That roller is being shattered. One facing downwards, the other one facing upwards, and like that and like that. That's it for the sunny day. That's right. Brand new second-hand project. And we are back at 122 Bath Road, where we have that slope to complete today. First thing, hopefully by 10 o'clock the boys are going to smash this out. And then we've got one slope over there and one at the back of that slope. We got to get this done. These are the trickiest one. We were waiting for the single ply roofers to get this done. There's a lift shaft and I don't know what else is. I think is a vent or whatever that is. We're gonna have to cut the sheets to suit the edge. But yeah, the boys are gonna get this done now. They're gonna get this sorted. Me and Victor now, he's gonna cut all the bars, the Z bars for the edges here, so we can prep them, get them on every single valley. They're all done. Oh my god, I almost fell here. Yeah, we'll get this cut, we'll get them down. I'm waiting for Tom, the banksman, to get me some cable from inside to open one window. We'll get a window open, get the cable, get the seaming tool, start zipping all the standing seams. But yeah, we're cracking on. So basically we've got this one. There is one roof light in this one. We've done the membrane. We need to do the flashings, put the standing seam on top of it. But that's what I meant. We need to cut the sheets around here to suit. I've already spoke with the manager. There won't be any flashings by us here. There will be some flashings, I think, by the roofers. They will do. But yeah, we're gonna cut the standing seam, but then we'll put some Z bars or clips, so we're gonna have to bend them around to make them supported and standing on the roof, and then start seaming. So yeah, hopefully today we're pretty much done. By tomorrow, I reckon level 4 will be wrapped up, because we still have to cut a few sheets here and here to finish to the roof. Victor is going to cut all the bars. Oh, look at that, sunrise. That is good, that is good, that is good. It's not rainy, I'm happy, valleys are clean. It's a bit windy, but I forgot my microphone in the car, and I'm going to go on the break to the car to get the microphone. But for now, boys, you're going to have to bear with me and enjoy the audio from the iPhone, and I hope it's picking it up good. These stairs are taking my breath. Right, so what we're gonna do is I'll let the boys over there. One is cutting the sheets for them, prepping them. The other two are installing the last two slopes. They've already started out there. I'm gonna take the seamer and I'm gonna seam the sheets, and I'll show you how it's done. So I think somebody, or the previous contractor I should mention, when they were using the seamer, they must have put it the wrong way around, because you can see that roller is being shattered. But nevertheless, we'll make it work again. So what you have to look at is, on this sheet is quite simple. You see these arrows? Just follow the arrows. So on this slope we're gonna go upwards, on that slope we're gonna go downwards. We had to do it that way. We could have installed all the sheets upwards, but because single ply wasn't installed on the right, basically was installed only along here, we couldn't start basically some of the sheets from here, the other sheets from there. All we had to do is start from the same area. So that's why you have the sheets, some of them facing downwards, the other one facing upwards, and like that and like that. Ideally, you would like the seamer to go upwards. It's just way easier to chase it, but I'll show you how you actually clamp it into the sheets and what it does. So I've clamped the seamer now, and as you can see, that metal roller is pushing the overlap sheet onto the bottom sheet. So when I run it now, it's basically gonna bend all that, as you can see it here. He's gonna bend it all the way up, and he's gonna seam the sheets, basically secure the sheets for like good. And later on, I don't know if it's gonna be today, but maybe tomorrow, the plan is to get the filler and the Z's across over there, so we can start putting the ridge flashing on top of the seams. This will definitely make the building watertight for good. Let me show you how I'm running after the seam. Just like that, my friend. Usually on a longer sheet, what would you have to do is you're gonna have one man down, turn on the seamer, send it up, and then another man at the top. But because the standing seams here, they're quite short, 2 steps and I'm already up there, so it's no need of a second person. I can just do it on my own. So let's crack on. Well, that's it for the sunny day. On Monday it's pissing down, it's windy so hard, but nevertheless boys are cracking on, finishing that sheet. I need to cut around that, put the flashings for the roof light, get this slope done, and this is the last slope that I'm standing on. They're gonna have a lot of cutting around here, but yeah, they're gonna start from down there, coming along here. I've basically zipped all these roofs. I'm on that. Then I'm gonna jump on the one that they finish, and then there's 2 more slopes. Hopefully today I'm gonna get to zip everything. Boys are measuring over there, getting some sheets sorted out, and yeah, get from there. But yeah, when is it the summer? Look at this behind me, look at this, look. There is a little gap over there of a nice weather. I hope that comes our way, because seriously, it is so miserable. And also, the sheets are very slippery, so I need to be very careful when I'm walking and not fall down. Good thing is, I think my boots are very sticky, so that's good. But anyway, running with the zippy tool and coming backwards every time, it's yeah, it's a bit sketchy, but let's get it done. All right, after seeing the forecast, and looks like it's gonna be very windy night, we decided we finish one of the slopes over there. We have one more half slope to put the standing seam on, but we're not gonna do that. So we're gonna focus of getting all the Z bars on the ends fully finished, cut the sheets what we need to cut, like over there here, get this supported so we make sure all these standing seam will stay where they are. We gotta put one more here, there's 2 more there, and we can call it a day. I'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday morning. Welcome back to 122 Bath Road. We are back here. That's the 7th day on this job. We've got one more slope to finish. We're gonna get it done. Me and Victor, we're gonna start cutting the sheets now for the boys. It's another sunny day, at least for the better part of today. Later on, I think again some rain is coming on, but nevertheless, we're gonna get the slope done, and then we're gonna start with the ridge fillers. Tommy down there is gonna bring us now a skip that he's gonna fill it with all the materials that I told him to bring up here. So in the meantime, me and Victor, we're gonna start cutting all these sheets. The other boys are gonna start installing the last slope, and then we're gonna move me and Victor for the ridge, where the other boys are gonna finish 2 more roof lights with the flashings. And yeah, level 4 today, tomorrow should be done. We are waiting for a new seam or 2, because yesterday the one we were using, the previous contractor was using it, and I think they've started seaming the sheets the opposite way around. I'm not quite sure, but looking at the roller how it was weared, I believe that's the case. So it didn't work very well. We needed to be basically pushed rather than rolling it itself and seaming the sheets. So anyway, let's crack on. Cut some sheets for the boys now so they can carry on over there. So that me and Victor, we're gonna change a little bit the strategy. They have sheets so they can install. We're gonna get all these bars installed on that side of the building now very quickly. We'll chop the bars and we'll fix them here so we support all the sheets. So that's done. When they start getting lower on sheets, we're gonna go finish cutting sheets for them. And yeah, all right, let's move to the next task. We banged down a string line. We fixed one of the closure over there, a couple of more there. Victor is going to bring me some more so we can put the filler on and get all these closures done, both sides, all the way everywhere. And hopefully before lunch the seamer is going to arrive, the new seamer that we requested, so we can zip. I think I've got 2 more slopes I need to zip with the seamer, so I will do that while I leave Victor to fully fix all these ridges, peel the protection. And yeah, today we're definitely getting closer to finishing. I don't know if we can actually finish all the ridge closures, but tomorrow for sure. One slope completed with all the ridge closures. Second one, string line ready to go. Listen, we're not playing games here, yeah? We're not messing around. We're not cutting corners. Everything has to be spotless. I just like even though none of this is going to be seen, I would like to enjoy while I'm doing it, knowing this looks straight, you know, so it's for my satisfaction. It's not for anybody else. Now, if you're doing something for somebody else, you're doing it wrong. You got to do it for yourself. You need to like what you do. All right, listen, if that doesn't make you happy, seeing all that line of these closures straight by a string line, I think you woke up for the wrong reasons to go to work, my friend. If that doesn't make you happy, like if it doesn't make you happy what you do, you woke up for the wrong reasons. All right, it's Thursday morning. Yesterday I missed one day, apologize, because I was in London, so I couldn't be on site, but 4 of the lads, they were here and they cracked on and they've done exactly what I told them to do. But nevertheless, I'm very excited to tell you something. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing a completely different jacket. Check this out. Right. Now, when I think about this, like these small things I appreciate so much. I'm so grateful for even the smallest things I have nowadays, because 6 years ago when I started this business, it was all accidental. I didn't have the clue what exactly I'm doing. I just had people with me and I was working as a site manager, and then I did the job and I wasn't thinking ahead of what I'm gonna do after the job's finish. But for some time I had a couple of jobs from the same contractor that was giving, and then it became a point where I didn't have any jobs because they didn't have jobs. There was a gap, so I needed to start thinking like a businessman. So that's when I realized, oh shit, I gotta think a bit more like a businessman and try to find now clients and talk to people and see how I'm gonna keep going. So nevertheless, moving back to today, I'm working with the brands. Like a brand is supplying me with the fixings. I have suppliers who are reaching out to me to record the videos because I built a brand of my personal name, as well as I built Sire Construction. So because they see me as a reliable person, as a public figure, they want me on them video for them product, tell them why them product is good, and basically make a cinematic video. Now, I have a videographer. He's not yet full-time working for me because we're building something on the side. I can't talk about that very much, but it's mind-blowing. I just don't know from where to start. But anyway, let me show you what I've got. So this is a jacket that was sent from Workwear, where they're not only doing any clothing. So what they do is they take old clothes, they take the fabric out. I mean, I'm explaining it as basic as I could because I don't really understand it. They take all the fabric from the old clothings and they recycle that to make a brand new clothing. That's right, brand new second-hand project. Can't beat that, can't beat that. Now, this is super exciting for me. The jacket is super cool, it's waterproof, it's absolutely stunning. We're gonna get for everybody jackets like that, but I think from what I've seen so far, the feedback on site from the lads, from other people, other traders, they really like the jacket. And it's not very expensive as well, like it's quite cheap considering for other brands where you can go and buy workwear. So if you would like any jackets like that, and especially something like this, I mean, it's pretty cool. Anybody can wear it. You don't have to have my brand of my name, but you can have the back brand new second-hand project, because I think it stands pretty cool. It has a good tone on it. If you would like some of these jackets, reach out to me and I'll send you directly with a discount code from where you can order yourself a pretty decent jacket that you not only look cool, but it keeps you warm and you also saving the environment. Right, let's get back to the graft. Right, because yesterday I wasn't here, the boys have managed to install all the closure flashings above the ridge. We couldn't get the ridge flashing installed because we didn't have the rivets. I think the site manager went to collect them now. So when he come back after lunch, we can get the ridge and this building will be completely watertight. Now let me get you downstairs because we moved to level 3 because we can't be standing around and doing nothing. So we moved to level 3 and we're doing some detailing there. That needed to be done prior of installing the walls, but yeah, we're starting with the walls and the roof on level 3. There are only 2 slopes. I mean, it's it's 2 slopes and a half actually. And yeah, we're getting the flashings now done. So we're gonna get these done until the rivets come, and then we're gonna go back and close that roof, because I really would like to close that roof and get this building completely watertight. So here we are, that's the slope on level 4 that we finished with the roof light and everything. And we have this small wall with rock bar insulation, top hat, and then standing seam basically on the top. We had that gulf installed. Now we're putting this drip flashing underneath the standing seam. We just found out where the standing seam are going to finish here with that wall that's coming. We're getting this flashing. Then we're going to put, because whoever done it, like they left that Tyvek, but I think some other trader came back after that and they put that box of timber and they didn't think about taking that Tyvek out on top of the flashing. So we're going to put a different piece of Tyvek along here, overlap here, so any water comes, it goes out on that flashing and out onto the roof. Welcome back. It's Friday morning. We've got sunshine right opposite of me, and today we're gonna make sure this building is completely waterproof, because down there the boys, they just got lifted up some of the flashings. We've got rivets, so we're gonna start putting the ridge everywhere. I am sitting right now here on that slope, so I can put with Victor the last piece of the bar for the ends. We're gonna fix those ones, and then me and Victor, we're just gonna put the fillers on that slope very quickly, so the boys can carry on with all the flashings, and we'll make sure this building is completely waterproof. So we've got these little trims that the boys are peeling. They go as a closure, so you don't see any of the shiny metal underneath here. And then we're gonna fix the ridge all the way at the top on all of the slopes. Yeah, this is pretty neat. So we just put it like that. Underneath we put the ridge on the top like that, and then we rivet it every 454 millimeters between the rivets. Now on the break, I needed to sit down a little bit and get some pricing for 3 new potential projects. So I've just done the pricing. Most of the all 3 projects I have done on 2 of them the same system many times, and one of the system I've done similar but not the exact system. I just went to the website and I checked it. So how do I do that is basically I usually ask my clients to send me all the details they have, drawings, details, what materials, what access we're gonna have, and then I also ask them what the program is, so what they think the project should be done, because the main contractor should have basically have already a program for the project. So they have given them, I want that program, so based on that program I can kind of work it out of how much it's gonna cost me, plus minus couple of weeks or what, for how many men, the whole project. So based on that I made my price, because if let's say it's 20 weeks and I need 6 lads, let's say I'm gonna spend 130,000 pounds, I need to know how to base my price based on that, because I know what I'm gonna pay for that amount of weeks. And get back to work. So this is the aftermath. 2 weeks after being here on this job, we have done completely all the slopes. Obviously we can't do this flashing at the ends, because we need to build first the wall. It's going to be easier to put the wall, put the standing seam, then put the flashing, because the seamer, it cannot reach to the top if we put that flashing at the top on the roof. But nevertheless, the roofs are completed, fully watertight. You've got the ridge at the top all along. We even untaped this one, but we were told to stop untaping them because they have some outlets that they need to drill and weld and whatnot. So it's better walking on that. It's a bit more grippy than when it's on that. So we're gonna leave the protection, but yeah, all the ridge have been done. And just think about it for a second. So it took us 4 men, 2 weeks, completely installing 350 square meter of standing seam VO. So we had to take 2 slopes apart because of the previous contractor, how he've done them. They were incorrect, they were no in line. They were starting obviously 200mm overlapping the single ply, and at the end over there they were already 100mm only overlapping because there was no string line. They were assuming the slope is correct. So we've taken them out, we put them back. Then we needed to cut the top because they haven't been cut, bend them at the top. But yeah, now everything is completed. So on the next episode we're gonna move on the walls and on level 3 where we have one slope and a half. So we're gonna get that slope. So next week we should be able to complete 100% the entire roof of this building. So if anybody is doing any standing seam slopes similar to this, Euroclad VO 0.7mm, I believe is 0.9mm, whatever it is, it's just less than 1mm, thin sheeting with the seamer. If you're doing that, just bear in mind you can use that video as a guide, and you can estimate your project before you price it, how long it will take you, how many men, what access, what slope, what build up to complete and make money. Because I tell you what, I don't see a reason why you can't make any money. So I'll see you on the next episode.